Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we'll be looking at a scenario where the old empire from AdizzPro's WICSO series comes to the real world. So this is the episode 46 map of the OE, or the old empire, so make sure to just know that this is them at their territorial peak, and we also have their nuclear weapons. So while I put the old empire onto this map, WICSO mapping actually made the, actual WICSO map. Here it is. So make sure to go give him a subscribe. But anyway, let's get straight into it. So first of all, I think what they would obviously do is eliminate the countries that, don't really exist anymore. So first off, I would definitely start up here with Egypt, and I don't think I really have to do anything besides that. And just like that, they're annexed into the, stuff here. Then we're going to move over to Iran, which is, we'll actually have them fight Iran. So here we go. Now, obviously, it's going to be very easy. They just move in, and now they're done. So here we have a fully annexed, whatever country this is, Turkmenistan, my bad, guys. And now it's finally time for Uzbekistan, and I don't want to, do another boring war again, so I'm just going to, show you through here. And there we go. Uzbekistan has been eaten up, and now, these eastern borders are looking really, really familiar, at least to the real world. And the rest of the places, it's not really too familiar. I mean, unless you watch, WICSO. Then this is very, very familiar. Now, they would move into Chad, but I'm kind of sick of just doing countries that can't fight back over and over again. So they're just gonna say Chad is cool and leave them alone. Or for the better ending, Chad will sink into the ocean because they're too scared to get eaten up by, the OE. So they are going to have a new little playground for their navy over here in the Chadian Sea. Yeah, that's right, Chadian Sea over here. Okay, but for real, they're not going to sink, but they're not going to get attacked because that's kind of boring. Same here with Eritrea. I'm just gonna leave them be. Fine, they'll get annexed, okay? You want it so badly? There we go. Eritrea is annexed. So we're going to shift our attention up north as they are going to move into Ukraine. Now, Russia is at war with Ukraine, but we're also just going to take that out of the picture like we took NATO and, the UN out of the picture. So, Russia doesn't have any troops inside of Ukraine right now. So here we are with that happening. And, well, they're going to move in. Now, luckily for them, it is a bit further away than most other capitals. Oh, well, that, the OE has fought. Why is this major city cut off right here? There we go. So the OE, I'm just going to call them the Gold Empire. I don't know why I keep calling them the OE. I never liked that name. So they're going to move in, and it's not going to look too good for Ukraine. Crimea has already been captured, so that's, alone not good. But then they're going to land over here. They didn't go through Romania. I know it looks like they might have, but no, they went through, navally. And they're going to keep on pushing up, connecting these two front lines. And now they have a good front, east of this river, which runs kind of like this, I think. But it's going to be kind of hard for this eastern front to move to the west. So that's why they kind of landed here. And this western front is going to gain some traction as they move up towards whatever this country's called, Ukraine. And they will spearhead across, kind of link up this front. But it is a little bit harder to kind of, go through this river, so it's going to be a bit disconnected, but the East is falling pretty fast. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to do this in a week. This is probably over a few years at least, especially with the rate that we see Russia moving at. This is going to take a little bit longer than it seems it's taking right now, but they're making a spearhead, and that's going towards the capital, it seems. They're making a spearhead, and they're going towards the capital. Ukraine, though, will push back over here in the east, probably with a little bit of foreign help, but, they're going to push back against them. And they're going to actually split these fronts in two, but with that, they're actually going to just get encircled here, and they're going to get just barely encircled, and they're going to leave. And then they're going to leave, and now they're going to kind of just explore around here. They're actually going to move into the territory very, very slowly, very, very cautiously, and then all of a sudden they're going to get nuked. No, I'm just kidding. They just get fully eaten up. However, they do push back against the spearhead over here. But that spearhead then, kind of shoots out like this. Moldova is not, letting the old empire troops go in. It looks like the Moldova is helping, but they're not. And the spearhead after that will kind of just regain shape. It gets, they kind of pull some troops out from the west. But they push up and capture the capital, splitting the country into two. And, well, they kind of move up the river, and then they kind of just take all this over. Lviv, Lviv, I think it is, something right there about. So that's something to keep an eye out. That's a pretty big city. But the rest of this here will fall, and now it is just a matter of taking over the rest of the country here, which they do pretty well. They, you know, send a unit out and capture Lviv, or whatever it's called, I don't know. And then, you know, they kind of just collapse, surrender, whatever. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. Look at that. Now the old empire is kind of stretching out a little bit. They do expand just a little bit more than that. I just haven't colored it in yet. So look at that. They're now very much so dominant in the Black Sea. Very much so dominant. The only other country is Romania. And not saying that Romania is weak or anything, but the old empire or Romania. 47 nukes or 0 nukes. Actually, I don't really know. They might have nukes. I'm not sure. I don't think they have nukes, though. Why would Romania have nukes and, you know, Italy would? Actually, Italy might have nukes. I really suck at this. Romania is just weaker, I'm telling you that. But, Moldova seems to be on the chopping block. I mean, look at this frickin' province that was captured. It's, like, literally just wrapping around Moldova. Like, the old empire is just hugging Moldova at this point. It's pretty much inevitable. And, well, yeah, there we go. It happened. The old empire starts moving into Moldova, and, I mean, I'm not saying that they're weak or anything, but it's pretty fast, you know, with the old empire here. Also, I know that I just said, like, that the old empire has nukes. I'm probably not going to take them into account. I don't think I'm going to have them go to war with Russia or the United States, just because that's going to be a bit hard, you know, to maintain all that. So, just like that, they are fully annexed. They are fully annexed. I mean, I don't really know what you're expecting to happen to Moldova. Like, it's either that or they get turned into a microstate, so I think fully annexed is just the nice version here. So, Moldova got it worse than their neighbor up north. And Romania, it looks like they might be going next. I didn't even realize that this country right here is here. Yeah, that's just ignore that. And ignore that right there, too. God, my bad. So, yeah, Albania and Kosovo might be on the chopping block. In fact, yeah, let's just do it. They're on the chopping block. Okay, there we go. They were fully annexed. They didn't surrender immediately, but, like, they got, I mean, what's chance do you think they have? They're like capitulated pretty much at that point. And then Serbia might be next for this whatever here. It hurts my eyes. This is just it's gross. I can notice it from like when I'm looking at Spain. I just see it in the corner of my eye. It's terrible. But anyway, Romania, you might be next. Unless they turn down south against what country? Sudan. And here we go. Sudan is whoa. That's not what I meant. They are going to get attacked. That's right, the old empire is going to move into Sudan. Sadly, they're like just barely, their puppet state right here is just barely out of reach of Sudan, so they can't push in from right there. Oh yeah, by the way, these are their puppet states, this guy right here, and this guy right here. So yeah, they're gonna move in. But they're not really moving mostly in over here, they're moving in mostly over here, so that way they can, you know, link up their little colony that they have here. I mean, it's pretty easy, they could just go like that. But it's even easier if they just have land. And also they would probably just use this as a use to expand. So here we go as they move in. And I don't really know where Sudan's capital is, but I know that they're in a civil war right now. And they're pretty screwed if you ask me. So yeah, they're going to just capitulate. And they're going to be fully annexed. I don't know if it's too realistic for the OE. For the old empire to fully annex Sudan, but I'm gonna do that just because, well, number one, I don't really want to have to draw in stuff. I don't have to trace the provinces. But number two, I mean, what else would they do? I don't think there's anything else that they could do besides just full annexation. So we're just gonna do that. I'm probably going to do these videos differently in the future, like not with me tracing lines like this. It's really hard. So here we go. They're fully annexed. And Chad, with the protection of the Gray Papa Islands over here, is going to be able to not get attacked by the old empire, nor collapse by the old empire, because like I said, they are, you know, in on it with the Gray Papa Islands. They got, like, the magic repelling powers. So, anyway, who is next? What is your next target, old empire? I would go after Afghanistan. You know, you want to get back at, again to Orange Afghanistan. Like, you know, you're pretty mad at them, I'd bet. Oh, you're gonna go after Orange Afghanistan? Why are you gonna go after Orange Afghanistan? They're not here. Oh, okay. Afghanistan's gonna be defending in orange just for the sake of, you know, just being, you know. In fact, I got the actual Orange Afghanistan's color, so this is a real matchup right here. So the old empire is going to move in from this region here. And not only that, their puppet state will also move in from their own region here. And unlike in the real world, Afghanistan doesn't have Russia to help. I mean, actually, they probably do have Russia helping them. But, you know, they don't have this Russia. You know, it's different. So, yeah, these guys are going to invade into here, but most importantly, the old empire is going to invade up north. I don't actually know where the capital is. It's like right about here. So the old empire is going to form up a little spearhead aiming at that, and that's probably going to just go successful. I don't really know what else would happen. Then the country gets split in two, and that's kind of the downfall. You know, the north kind of just collapses. Their panhandle is going to actually get eaten by Pakistan here. That's just because I don't want to have to see it in the peace treaty. Like, that's going to look really ugly. So there we go. That gets annexed by Pakistan, and now everything looks so much better here. I don't know what else to say to you. Orange Afghanistan, you're pretty cooked. You don't have Russia or nukes. You probably have nukes, actually. So, like that, just like that, they are going to collapse and fall to the old empire. And, you know, their puppet state, of course. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. So here's what the little thing here claims, the puppet state, and the old empire will take over the rest. And, of course, Pakistan gets that panhandle there. So, there goes Afghanistan. And I'm looking to have a country besides Moldova to get attacked by the old empire. And also Tajikistan here. What country is this? What country is this here? Tajikistan. Seeing the old empire, they're going to surrender to the old empire. And just like that, the old empire is bordering both China and Russia. Is their master plan secretly being revealed? I don't know, but they're going after Romania now. So here they go. They move into Romania and, you know, quickly cut the country off over here in the east. And then they keep on moving west. I don't really know where their capital is. I'm pretty sure it's like right here or something, which is it's captured somewhere here. It's captured somewhere. I don't really know where it is, but well, at this point, they've basically just taken over the full country with me just trying to find the capital. Yeah, that's pretty simple. Even if I didn't know where the capital was, they would still end in full annexation. I mean, I don't really know what you are expecting. Once again, when you take over, when you like fully take over a country, like in their small compared to you, what are you meant to do? Now, I'm not saying you can use that as an excuse, but like when it's the old empire, it's chill, you know. Because the old empire is like a people-friendly place, you know, so that makes it chill. Now, they're going to go to war with Tajikistan up here, and this is only because, well, look who's on the border, you know, their rival. Their rival has made an appearance in the real world. So, yeah, they're going to move into this thing, and I don't really know what else is going to happen here. I mean, it's just going to get fully taken over, in my opinion. Just like that. And boom, now we have a fully taken over Tajikistan, and a bigger border with China, most importantly. And just like that, Tajikistan is annexed into the old empire. And now, the leader, she's, you know, sitting around, she's wondering what to do. Yes, it's a she. It's just like chronically, red team and, you know, the old empire chronically has she, leaders. It's just, you know, the way it's done here. She's thinking about where to go next. Uh, she's not going to move into Ukraine, obviously. There's no need to go anywhere west. Maybe Italy would be cool, but that's not worth it. Russia, she's saving that. Pakistan, that could be useful. So that is whoever is going next. Pakistan is getting attacked by the old empire. And let me tell you something, it's not going to be full annexation. And also, the puppet state here, they're going to be included in the war. I mean, it's kind of obvious to be fair. They're going to move in, just barely, though. They're not going to do much in this war. That's all they're going to do. And the old empire is going to move up in the pretty obvious place of, you know, up north here. This is what they're kind of fighting for, Kashmir up here. So India is going to be supporting that. Actually, would India really be supporting this because they want Kashmir? And then they'd have to fight the old empire. And maybe India would be mad about this. We're going to just ignore the fact that this is Kashmir and that, you know, you want it, Pakistan, and that you want it, India. So, yeah. But they're going to surrender now, and yeah, I mean, they're not going to surrender. They're going to get, like, forced to surrender. And let's take a look at this. Just like that, the old empire is going to take over all this. So these are the final borders with Pakistan, uniting with India. And I know you may see that that is unrealistic, but hey, the old empire just, came into this world and now they're fighting up against a bunch of different countries. This is realistic. The old empire is going to go to war with Serbia, and so we have Serbia trying to, hopefully, I don't know, if are they able to defend against the old empire? No? Oh, okay. And, sadly, usually with Serbia being gone, Kosovo would gain recognition, but Kosovo isn't here anymore. So, there we go. There goes Serbia. And, well, I bet, I don't really know who would be mad. Spain might be mad. But next up is the one, the only country that has been fought against the old empire besides Pakistan, who hasn't lost any land. Maybe there's been another country, I'm not sure. The one and only, where is it? Right here. The one, the only Kazakhstan is going to go to war with the old empire. I mean, the old empire is going to declare war on them, but that just sounded cooler in the moment, with what I was doing there. And to be honest, I don't really know too much about Kazakhstan, so I'm going to have to look up their capital here, and I just opened TikTok when I did that. Kazakhstan capital. It's not showing a map. Kazakhstan capital on a map. This is really embarrassing. Okay, it's like right here, so they got to get there. So, the old empire, first they're going to capture that right there because it's freaking ugly, and in fact, it's going to be annexed by them just because why not? So there we go, that gets annexed into their territory. And they're going to continue to move in to Kazakhstan. They're going to move over right here. They're going to take over that. They're going to shoot up and grab up to this little lake right here, and they're going to expand around that. The steppes of Asia are like right here, so they're just going to take that over and kind of just fully take it over. I mean, there's not much else they could do with this. They can't really move their troops in there. But they're going to move around, they're going to take over all this, and they're going to shoot up and grab this, and they're going to make a spearhead towards the capital, if you couldn't already tell. Otherwise, over here, spearhead, boom, cutting this part off, taking it over. The spearhead up here, cutting. I don't know how strong the old empire is, but apparently they're pretty strong. They're probably being backed by Russia, Kazakhstan, if you ask me. But we're going to just ignore that because I don't want them to be backed by Russia. Now, there's one giant front over here in the west that is moving in. Look, this is really dizzying for you, I'm sure, but it's very easy to draw now. So they take over all this here, and now they are, shooting up here, and they take over all this. And then they start up a spearhead, and it's going straight for the capital now. This is a really, really weird spearhead, to be honest. But now there's two spearheads, and they both shoot into the capital and capture it. And just like that, the capital falls. And along with the capital, so does the country. Oh god, so does the country. And along with the country, so comes annexation. And now, the old empire is looking pretty massive. You know what else is massive? The low... My bad, guys. I'm going to stop, okay? We're just going to stop. Is that alright? So, they're going to be fully annexed. These borders are looking really ugly when I, do the annexation. I'm definitely going to do this differently next time. Meaning I'm going to have to actually outline the country, but it's going to save me so much time later. Speaking of next time, what do you guys want to see come to the real world in the next episode of this? I don't know if there's going to be a series of this or whatever. But what do you want to see next? It's pretty cool to know that, we could see some stuff happen. I really like the old empire, but we might see Russia come. We might see China come. Vietnam, South China. I mean, these are a bit, later days, when we're starting to run out of countries. Grey Pop Islands. That'll be like the last one, I'm sure. I mean, actually, maybe not, because people have them be like, God, it'll be like a joke video or something. Okay, I'm going to stop yapping and just finish this. Why is Kazakhstan's northern border so big? I'm going to start over here in the west, so it makes it feel like there's less left, because if I keep going from the east, I've already done all this, but if I'm over here, I just have this to do, it's just mind games. Now we're going to start out over here in the east once again, just to make it all seem so much faster. There we go, they're fully annexed now, and these are really round border, look at them. But now, everything seems to be set up perfectly. Russia is right here, China right here, both with massive borders. However, there's one more thing, two more things that must happen before this war starts. And that is the Ultranites coming into the world. Yeah, that's right. The Ultranites come into the WICSO world, and they rise 2 continents out of the world here. And these 2 continents are none other than the Black Sea continent and the Caspian continent. That's right. The old empire leader was working with the Ultranites, And that's why the alternates are actually in WICSO right now. But they just brought them here so that way they could, torment Russia and China. So they rose continents out of the ocean and brought back the Black Sea, or, took out the Black Sea and took out the Caspian Sea. I don't know. But that allows them to have much easier fronts when attacking into both China and Russia, which, yes, that's about to happen. Russia gets declared war on, China gets declared war on. Uh-oh. That's not too good for them. I wonder, will the old empire finally get, the stuff that they've been trying to do? Will that finally get pulled off by the old empire? Oh, and Mongolia gets declared war on. Trust me, you're going to want Mongolia to get declared war on. That's just, part of everything looking okay. So, the old empire. The very, very strong country of the old empire, shouldn't I be saying. Yeah, they're going to move in. They're definitely going to move into Mongolia. They're just going to sprout out of Mongolia. That's right. That's repel. Yeah, that's right. They're just going to do that. And I'm going to kind of speed this up a little bit. So, boom. This happens pretty quickly. Also, they go out and they make an alliance that was once a thing, no longer a thing. Wait, no. Sorry, I'm just being dumb. China and Russia were never in an alliance. My bad. It was the old empire and Russia that were in an alliance. My bad, guys. So I'm only going to be focusing in on the Chinese front right now. And also Mongolian front, right? That's right. So they're going to go out of Mongolia and reach, not Bangkok, that's Thailand. They're going to reach Beijing, somewhere here. It's somewhere in this area, and just like that, once again, we're just going to have the whole country end up getting taken over just because I can't find the dang capital. But that happens there. They're going to fight back just a little bit, but they're not going to get back to the capital, mainly because I don't know where the capital is exactly. I know that it's somewhere over here. I just don't know exactly where it is. Also, Kim Jong-un wants to get in on this, so he joins the war. He just wants to, not get left out. He feels really left out lots of times, so he's going to join the war. But the old empire is going to just keep on moving. They're blitzing this place. Moving over here, we see the old empire, pushing into Russia. I'm not actually sure where Moscow is. I'm just going to mark it right there. That's where Moscow is. They have a very good experience with, trying to attack into that, specific region, especially over here, they did this, let me line up the borders how they used to be. It was like this, right? And they were, doing this type of stuff, and if only the real world would look good if it looked like this, and then this, and then also this here, because this all has to get taken over. This is canon, or no, this should be canon. And then they're gonna unite. They're gonna unite. Obviously, these puppet states they're done for. And the Dutch, they're gonna join, and obviously, since the Dutch are joining, the French are gonna have to join. Catalonia joins, Dark Cyan joins, and then you join too. West Africa they get. They're like, whoa, hubba bubba. With the West Africans joining, the Mediterranean country will have to join, and just to link up, Libya got to join. You are just gonna join the country. Same thing with you down here, which will also inspire the rest of Africa to join in on this. Even the gold team, isn't that crazy? And even the gold team comes with Tanzania. Then, just basically the rest of Africa at that point isn't that crazy, except for you. I mean, just kidding. India joins, because we just don't like India here. All these guys are joining. Everyone's just gotta join, it seems. Korea, you guys get to say sovereign, but you guys, no. Seafoam Green Country, you're gonna get captured. I wish you didn't have to. Finland, Norway over here, yeah, you guys are screwed. I mean, I don't really know what you guys were expecting to have happen, but, you guys are screwed, All of this over here, you guys, actually, no, you're just gonna sink, okay? That's right, the English Isles sink. Episode 19 of my WICSO never happened. Boom, just like that. Same thing with Iceland over here. The Ice Age never happened. Korea, yeah, you're gonna get annexed at this point. I mean, I don't really know what else is gonna happen. You, annexed. You, annexed. Annexed. Annexation, 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 and over here in the Americas, annexation, 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 annex, 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 and finally just up here, annex these stuff. And just like that, we have, peak world right here. What are you? That's odd. This is just peak world. I don't really know what else you can call this besides peak. This is the best world. And also, oh yeah, to keep it canon to our world, we just gotta, an X and X. So you got those two gone. And you know what, while we're at it, you and the Great Lakes, you guys are gone. I never even liked the Great Lakes. It just makes Michigan look cooler. And then the fake Great Lakes up here. And then obviously the entrance into the Amazon. Actually, no, we'll let you stay. But then, because of Uprest, the old empire is going to do the only thing that they can deem plausible, I guess, and they are going to sink into the ocean. That's right. And the only thing left is nothing. Nothing remains in the world. Okay, I'm getting a little bit off track here. What I'm trying to say is, over here, the capital gets captured. So that capital gets captured, and then the old empire just shoots all their forces in. So, yeah, the rest of Russia, that's going to surrender. And then now they just get to focus in on North Korea and China, and well, what do you expect? This northern part, yeah, that's going to fall. And that just leaves North Korea. They're going to get left alone because Kim Jong-un, he is going to get to just keep his liberties. I mean, what liberties are in here? They shine bright like a diamond in here. And, well, the old empire is going to move specifically down here just to, because this is where you should be going. And they're going to keep on going, and just like that, the country is going to capitulate. And the old empire is taking over this. And now that just leaves King Jong-un, and he is going to surrender like a good boy. That's right, King Jong-un, stay where you are. And I wonder what is going to happen in this peace treaty. Well, first of all, for this peace treaty, you will be annexed into your borders. You're just part of the old empire now. And, well, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Like, look at that. The rest of these borders here, these are gone. And then the alternates also help with just, lifting these stuff out of the ocean, or into the ocean. What? And, this is pretty unrealistic, but this is, canon. This is canon old empire. They border the United States through maritime waters. That is how canon the old empire is in this video. But I hope you guys like this video. It's not done yet. It's just, I'm just saying I hope you guys liked it. Because it is done. They forgot to take over Taiwan. What? Oh, yeah, this is definitely canon old empire. No, they take over this year. I forgot about it. But I hope you guys like this video. I know this is very, very unrealistic. Especially, in this map over here with the original thing. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure to drop a like down below if you guys like this video. And then also make sure to drop a subscribe. It helps me grow. And, if you like the video, you should probably drop a subscribe so you could keep watching my videos. Make sure to, share my channel to anyone who you think would like it. And that's about it. So I hope you guys like this video. I just said that. I hope you guys like this video. And until next time, see ya.